Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Carlson. Today on Generation Jones, we're going in a bit of a different direction. Those of us of a certain age start to become more aware of the importance of monitoring things related to our health. And one of the most important things we need to be checking on is our blood pressure. First, here's the disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I've never even played one on TV. But I am someone who tends to have elevated blood pressure. Not too long ago, I did have an electrocardiogram, and my heart, very thankfully, is perfectly normal. But the cardiologist did recommend medication to control my blood pressure. Understanding blood pressure readings can definitely be confusing to the layperson. While most people know they don't want their blood pressure to get too high, which is called hypertension, or too low, which is hypotension, many people don't know how to tell the difference. Some also don't understand what blood pressure means. Blood pressure is a measure of the force necessary to move blood from the heart to the vital organs and limbs around the body. Measuring how the heart rests between heartbeats and the force of blood against the walls of one's arteries is what taking one's blood pressure is all about. Blood pressure is measured using two numbers that are typically recorded as one number over another. The first, or the top number, represents one's systolic blood pressure and measures the force of your heart pumping blood through your arteries. Certain conditions may make this higher, making your heart work even harder. The second, or bottom number, represents one's diastolic blood pressure, the pressure that occurs when the heart rests between heartbeats, the time when the heart fills with blood and obtains oxygen. Both measures are important. A healthy blood pressure is a systolic number of 120 or below, and the diastolic number in the 70s or 80s. The American Heart Association shows that normal systolic blood pressure is below 120. Elevated blood pressure is when the top number is between 120 and 129. And high blood pressure is when the systolic number is 130 to 139. There's also a higher stage of blood pressure known as hypertension stage 2, which is a systolic number of 140 or more, plus a crisis level. That's reached when one's systolic level climbs higher than 180. Any systolic blood pressure level that high requires immediate medical attention. As for the bottom number, normal diastolic blood pressure is lower than 80, and high blood pressure starts when the diastolic number is between 80 and 89. Hypertension stage 2 occurs when the bottom number gets higher than 90. While higher stages of hypertension are especially worrisome, vascular-related disease such as heart attacks, aneurysms, and strokes, eye damage, and kidney damage can occur when pressures are even slightly elevated, as in 130 over 80, for sustained periods of time. And though hypertension is usually considered more dangerous than hypotension, low blood pressure can cause worrisome symptoms as well. These include fatigue, dizziness, lightheadedness, nausea, and even trouble thinking or blurred vision. High blood pressure is like a garden hose being hooked up to a fire hydrant, and the damage that would cause to the hose or arteries or any apparatuses like the organs it's connected to, and to think of low blood pressure as being similar to what a drought would do to lakes and streams. The surrounding or downstream organs will suffer from not getting appropriate amounts of blood flow and may also become damaged. Many factors affect one's blood pressure, including heart disease, dehydration, activity levels, stress, medications, and certain foods. For individuals who are struggling with high blood pressure, the number one cause seems to be from a high sodium diet. Doctors recommend eliminating foods high in salt and watch your blood pressure start to normalize. It's important to have your blood pressure checked often. The best way to avoid problems is to see your doctor regularly, especially if you're older than 40, have medical issues, or have a family history of hypertension. Next time, we'll look at some ways to lower our blood pressure without medication. In the meantime, if you suspect you might have either high or low blood pressure, please see your doctor and get on the road to better health. Thanks so much for spending your valuable time with me today. Please consider subscribing to Generation Jones and click the like button down below. Until next time, stay healthy and enjoy your day.